Hi everybody, my name's John and I come from Sydney in Australia. I thought I'd just do this video because I actually noticed that a few people had subscribed, or two people had subscribed to my YouTube channel. So Namo Amitofu, thanks a lot for that. And I realised, of course, that I had pretty much nothing on my channel except for a couple of lame attempts at humour. But so I just thought I'd just do this as an introduction. So I'm a Pure Land Buddhist, Namo Amitofu, and that means that I have found faith, which is in Japanese is called Shinjin. Shinjin, I think it's called, yeah. And thank you to some people, some Dharma friends. I feel that we're Dharma friends, even though we haven't met online, who introduced this term to me because I'm a Chinese Pure Land Buddhist. Well, of the Chinese school, Pure Land school. Spent a lot of time in China, which is called Jingtu Zong. And yeah, so but anyway, I didn't know this word Shinjin, but Shinjin is faith. So anyway, we have this faith in Amitabha Buddha or Amida Buddha, and that means that we wholeheartedly believe that he is a Buddha that achieved Buddhahood billions of years ago. This world's Buddha Shakyamuni told us about this, and anyway, that he offers salvation, a type of salvation, the best type of, the most thorough type of salvation to all sentient beings, which is that if you put your faith in him and you desire to be born, make a vow, a sincere vow to be born in his pure land after this birth, after this death, after this life, so when we die, so in the next life that you are certain for that to happen, and that you will then become what is called Sambhogakaya Buddha. Again, I learned this from some guys that publish videos online, so thank you very much. You guys know who you are. You're right, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so then you will become a Sambhogakaya Buddha, and you will basically become it may take a long time, but you will become a fully enlightened being, a Buddha, and then you'll be able to help come back and save other people, or may help them to, not just people, sentient beings, and help them to realize their Buddha nature. So yes, so I devote, this my entire life now pretty much is, apart from what I need to do to put food in my mouth, is devoted to Amitabha practice of Pure Land Buddhism. So I'm so happy for that. Okay, that makes this life worthwhile. Yeah, anyway, so I just thought that, yeah, one of my, apart from the comedies, I also have attempted comedies. I also have I've uploaded a little video which is basically, it's a video of some things that I do, which is finding when somebody has died recently, someone's in a disaster, or just has died, been killed or something. Usually, unfortunately, it's unfortunate things that make the news. I go onto their photo or the place where they died, and I start to Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Yuan Wan Shan, Xi Fan Jie Le Xi Jie, Yuan Wan Shan, Xi Fan Jie Le Xi Jie, Yuan Wan Shan, Xi Fan Jie Le Xi Jie. Xi Fan Jie Le Xi Jie just means, in Chinese, Yuan Wan means hope that you Wang Sheng, right? Okay, so Yuan means hope, Yuan Ni. Wang Sheng means that you are born in Xifang Jile Shijie, which is Western Xifang Jile Shijie, which that's Amitabha's pure land. And basically, you're interacting, what you're doing with the person or the being, even animals that have just passed on. They're in what is called a Zhongyin Shen state, which is like an intermediary state. I guess it's a ghost realm sort of thing, but they've come out of their body like in a like in a near death experience. But these people will never return to the body, and they can actually hear very clearly and understand very clearly whether they understood your language before or not, even if you say that in Chinese and they were Western, or you speak in English and they were Arab. Okay, it's not important, or an animal. If you talk to them about the Buddha, about Amitabha Buddha, they can see very, very clearly the temporary and useless state of this existence, and their desperate state that they're now trapped in this state. And they can actually, as long as they have some kind of good karmic roots, Amitabha will actually come and get them. And and I've actually seen this work. I've seen great brightness and great light appear, and for these people to their picture lights up, and it's usually around the forehead or somewhere on the picture of the scene where they died. There'll be great bright light, and sometimes you can see little images in there. So I thought I'd just do this video about supernatural experience, supernature. Yeah, supernature. That used to be a disco song. I'm sure some of you would know. Yeah, supernatural experience. I've had a lot of them in my, a fair few, and actually it was the intensity of a few of them which actually led to me becoming 100%, devoted to Amitabha Buddha, because I saw that this is not what we are. This physical, materialism is just not true. I actually saw Guanxin Bodhisattva, Guanyin Bodhisattva in the sky one time, and I saw a picture of me sort of kneeling to Guanyin. It showed me Guanyin serves Amitabha. That showed me that Amitabha and Guanyin were accepting me as a saved person, as an acolyte, or as a disciple, and that was an amazingly emotional experience. And after that, of course, I've been devout. That's not my actions, but my thinking has been devout and tuned into achieving rebirth, single-purposely achieving rebirth in Amitabha's land after this life. Yeah, but before that, I'd had a horrible experience where these Maras, these demons, demonic forms that came, who don't want people to be enlightened because they're not enlightened themselves, and they're suffering, so they want us to suffer. Christians would see them as demons, maybe Muslim people as jinn or something. Anyway, they appeared in my house and on the ground, and I could see their images, and they said that they had been, in my mind I could hear this, that I had murdered them in a previous life. It looked like in the 1960s or something, and I was born in the 70s. And they said I'd murdered them, and I was, probably some drug deal or something, and that they were going to get me back in the next realm because I was going to become a hell being. And they showed me their very sick imaginations, because they showed me what they would do to me in the hell realm. And they did a pretty good likeness of me, and it was very, very scary. I later on found out, I asked much more wise and experienced Buddhists about this, and they said that it's almost certain that you didn't do this, at least not recently in the time of space and time, because you wouldn't have been reborn as a human, most likely, if you were a drug dealing murderer in the last life. So if this happened, it happened in a previous. Obviously, these beings have got some kind of sort of hatred towards me. Maybe I've hurt them in some life, but it probably wasn't last life. Anyway, they have now, and they're saying basically that they were just trying to scare you and hope that you committed suicide or something, so that they could have you in the hell realms. So, since becoming a believer in Jingtu Zong or Jodo Shinshu, as the Japanese would say, and Jingtu Zong is very similar. This has never happened, and no evil beings have ever come near me. So I just want to say, now all these supernatural experiences that I've had, how do I know I'm not just a wacko, basically, and just having these experiences, because I've seen ghosts as well. Well, the thing is, I could have these experiences and be a wacko, but certainly nobody else could have the same experiences. Sorry, I'm always looking down just to see the time. I want to upload this to YouTube. Anyway, and I've had at least 5 separate people, 3 of them Chinese, 2 of them Western, and none of them were Buddhists, but they had actually saw what I was looking at, and they were like, "What's that?" And they actually saw ghosts on the video, or on the photos that I was looking at. And one poor girl was actually quite scared. I think she probably was now suddenly aware that the horror films that she watched, those ghosts and those demons, they can actually exist, and I actually felt bad about exposing her to it. And I decided I wouldn't do that again. Another guy was an atheist in South African guy, and he's like, "John, I don't know what's going on there, but something supernatural is going on there." So even he had to admit it. So anyway, I don't think that. Well, I think it's not possible that they could be, fantasizing and having a psychosis about the same thing. So I just wanted to say that if you have some kind of so-called supernatural experience, believe in it. And usually it's not scary, especially if you're a Buddhist and you're a Pure Land Buddhist. They're not going to come anywhere near you. You're protected by Amitabha. They're afraid for some, and I wish that they will realize their Buddha nature, all those Maras, all those ghosts. And we're all going to make it, those of us that believe in Amitabha, Namo Amitofo, we're all going to make it to, Sukhavati, the Western Pure Land, and we'll be able to help these beings. So don't let anybody talk you out of the fact that Amitabha is real, that Amida Buddha is real, that the Bodhisattvas are real, that there is, it's the truth, okay? And we're going to make it to be steadfast in your faith. And if you don't know anything about Amida Buddha yet, please, Amitofo, go and find out, because it's the truth, okay? And it'll help you a lot. So thanks for listening to me rambling. I'm sorry I do ramble a lot. Namo Amida Butsu, and see you again soon. Bye.